Welcome back to the Renegade Report, and it gets no better than this. I got my two co-captains, Jeremy Staat, Bakersfield High School, Bakersfield College, Arizona State Sun Devils, Pittsburgh Steelers, Oakland Raiders, Larry Parker, Bakersfield High School, University of Southern California.
You know it.
Oh, stop
and
it.
the Kansas City Chiefs, as I call them. No, the Chiefs. Guys, it's an honor to have you, man. We were supposed to do this last year.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having it. But first things first, I know as the host, sometimes you're always congratulating other people. But today, we want to congratulate you on your community service, especially with your and cleats. And so I saw your post. I saw the interview that they did on you. I want to congratulate you and just tell you how proud I am that I love you, that you're out there in the community serving and getting things done. And I want to
this guy.
make my contribution to the kids and cleats because I was actually one of those kids back in high school, BHS. I had a size 16 foot.
Say it one more time.
Size 16 foot.
Oh, do they
actually
make
the 15? A 15. But Bakersfield College came to the rescue and actually donated a pair of size 15 cleats for me to play at BHS. Yep. If not, I'd have been out there in my work boots and my cowboy boots and my three-point stance. But I want to contribute to your kids and cleats because I think what you're doing is amazing, and I want to do my part and just congratulate you on what you're doing in the community.
You can't be making me cry.
I know, man, but I love what you said. You know, a pair of shoes can take you around the world, and I think a pair of cleats can take you around the world.
We're gonna leave this one right here,
there,
man.
BC, and it's also BC Red, baby.
And we are doing the Renegade Red edition of the Kids and Cleats campaign right now, and giving those shoes away to remind people how special Bakersfield College was for me. You know, being a kid that didn't have great grades to go and play right away, it taught me how to be a college student, and me and you shared that together. And so let's talk about your career as a BC educator.
You know, as an educator, it's once again, it's always giving back to the community. You know, we know that we didn't make it to the top on our own.
Yes.
You know, it was that team effort. Everybody had to be there. We all had to work together as a team. I mean, up until high school, we lost 2 games together.
Yeah.
Me and you, I think we lost 4 games together in high school and college.
4 games in 6 years.
Yeah, so we were all together, as a team, and like you said, we win as a team, we lose as a team, and it's kind of the same thing in the community. So being an educator, I really take a lot of pride in trying to teach my students, the skills of life. I teach welding, but it's just my vehicle to get to the kids and teach them, about work ethic and the tools that I was taught as a high school player at Bakersfield High School and Bakersfield College, to teach them those tools. Now it's up to them whether or not they use those tools, but it's just a matter of us giving those tools. It's just like us, the coach can say, step with this foot, and you can get in that gap, and if you don't step with that foot and you get blown back off the ball, you get cockroaches or whatever, you learn, right? But I love doing it and being an educator. I love, working with my kids and just teaching them the skills of life. And then once they grasp that concept, it's like, wow, if you can just get to one kid, one student, one athlete.
Yes, I'm gonna tell you one story I saw about you from your Facebook. It was one of your welding students that had moved on, and he,
I remember seeing that story.
Oh, man,
cool.
that
was
just
really
melted
cool.
me, man. Because it's just like you said. Everybody just looked at us 3 as just football guys for years.
Yeah.
They thought that's all we had to offer to the world was just catching a pigskin, right? And to see that, it's just made my day because it just the message that transcends that we're more about community than we are about the sport. So let's talk about Larry. One of the things I'm admiring you about Larry is just the ability to transition to life after athletics. Because being between the 3 of us, you played the most snaps at the next level, right? And seeing the income for us can be pretty emotional. I basically drank for a whole year, my first year out of football. And just like I don't even want to see a football.
Right.
To see you transition into the role as community physical sports trainer for thousands of kids. It's very emotional for me. I love when you tag me in everything you're doing. It's hats off to you. Let's talk about the experience that you've had training some of the kids.
Me and Jeremy were talking about before we came in here about, life after football. We kind of lose our identity of who we are. Yes. And it's really tough on us because we worked our whole life to get to that level. And then when it's immediately taken away for whatever the reason, it's like, who am I? What do I do now? And so fortunately for me, I was able to connect. I didn't necessarily want to coach because that kind of locks you in. I wanted to do something to where I can reach, a bigger audience of athletes, so to speak. And not just athletes, but just people. So I chose the sports performance training route. And I mean, I'm able to interact with these kids on an athletic level, but just like Jeremy does, I get to teach them some life skills, teach them about commitment, about sacrifice. And that's one of the things that I think this age group is missing. They're not willing to make the sacrifice to get the goals that they want. Like me and Jeremy were talking about, I didn't have a social life, in high school. I mean, you think I would. I was, we're the big time football players.
Yeah.
I didn't hang out. I didn't do all that. Luckily, my parents were there to enforce that. I had to work, and that's what I kind of teach these kids about.
Yeah, you
have
were
to
in
work.
ROTC.
I was in ROTC my first 2 years.
Yeah.
right.
Y'all making fun of me.
We used to make
Y'all making fun of
him.
me in my ROTC.
right.
Hey, no,
Every Thursday. Every Thursday. Remember I used to hide?
Yes, he used to hide
Larry,
because he had his slacks and stuff on.
Yes.
But I'm gonna tell you this: we used to make jokes about you being in ROTC.
Right.
You didn't care. You still had the
I had to
girls.
do
You
it.
had the game. But later in life, my little brother had the opportunity to do ROTC.
Right,
And
right.
seeing him walk out of the house when I had got custody of him, my brother Amon Carter, walking out of the house with those slacks and those shoes on
black.
and that hat, I was like, man, my brother might turn out to be just like Larry Parker, man. It's gonna be an
Right.
amazing experience because years later, I was like, man, I should have been in
Should've wish
ROTC.
you would have been in
Because
Yeah.
just the message that you said, as far as hanging out, doing that stuff, I was a pretty unsupervised teenager, and I didn't have my parents there to be that foundation. And that's one of I'm glad you brought that up. Shout out to Mr. and Miss Parker because they
Yeah, for
they
real.
were influences and parents to all of us.
Yep.
And we envied that. We wish we had that because we knew it was something special about that
Right.
opportunity. Even though we were the guys that were hanging out and spending too much time in the street,
Right.
making mistakes.
Right.
It's a reason why you went to SC and
Yeah.
why I had to go to BC. And this is a message that I want to make sure I transcend.
Without a doubt, that structure that was laid
Yes.
by my parents. I mean, I used to hate it when I was younger, but now
Yes.
that I'm older, it's what gave me the ability to go to the next levels of whatever I do. If it was sports, if it was I've done real estate, if it's with my
Yes.
training business, that structure that they laid out is what got me there, and that's the point that I like to stress with the kids that I interact with.
Absolutely.
Well, and that's what a lot of what we see today is a lack of structure.
Yes.
We got a lot of kids out there today that want to make it to the next level, but they can't put the cell phone down. They can't stop going out there and partying. They can't go do this. Where we stayed focused.
Yes.
We knew what the end result was. We knew what the target was. But a lot of these kids, their target keeps moving because they're so preoccupied with everything
So
else.
many distractions.
Get
Yes.
pulled in so many different directions.
Yep.
Whereas us, it was like, hey, you need to get your schooling done.
Yes.
Get your grades. Make sure that you're at practice every single day, committed, and then make sure you don't get in any trouble.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I remember our coaches would tell us, don't go out on Friday and do anything stupid in your jersey because your name is on the back.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yes.
Don't do anything stupid.
Yes.
But it's stuff like
Yep.
that we're lacking a lot of that, and accountability today is something that's huge.
Absolutely.
And we talked about, we've been friends for over 20 years, and building those relationships and being accountable to each other is what we need to start seeing a lot more. Not just social media.
Yeah.
I'm going to post on your post and we're going to
Right.
have a little argument. That's not
Yeah,
building
yeah.
a relationship.
Yeah.
The
Right.
relationship is right here, face to face.
Absolutely. And I'm glad you brought that up because last year, me and you had the opportunity to do something special. Actually, it was the beginning of this year where we talked at the Kern Yes Summit.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, Jeremy came out and joined me. We talked to about 500 kids in the middle of nowhere in Taft, kids from all over California. And that was the message, just reminding them that we didn't just become these guys by being like everybody else. We had to find that opportunity to draw a line in the sand of like, all right, guys, that's not who I want to be. I'm going to be this guy.
Right.
And have an opportunity to transcend that message with Jeremy last year was a beautiful experience. This dude signing autographs for about 3 hours. I'm like, shit, I want to sign an autograph.
Right.
Kids start feeling sorry for me. They want to come
Nah,
get
they
my
won't
no,
feel
I'm just
sorry
playing.
for you.
But that impact in community period is the reason why I wanted you guys to be here because we're 3 co-captains, we're 3 teammates, but we're 3 different people from 3 different backgrounds, 3 different neighborhoods that figured it out, the same way. So let's talk about the future for Mr. Staat. What do you got going? I know you're BC football. Anything else you want to talk about?
Well, the big thing right now is just for me, it's really taking care of my family. You know, my boys are my priority.
Beautiful
my wife
boys.
my priority. Yeah, thank you. They're my life. You know, and making
Superstars.
sure that they have that structure. You know, and having that influence. You know, my wife and I, we've said no matter what's going on with us, if we're fighting or whatever, we got to make sure that our boys are taken care of. And so, one of the big things that I'm trying to do, you know, even along with Bakersfield College football and ASU and the NFL, you know, also with my Marine Corps experience, you know, all that kind of stuff. I'm just trying to blaze a trail for my boys to follow.
Absolutely.
You know, one of the biggest things right now that's a huge priority in my life right now is my education. You know, because as an athlete, we kind of we're supposed to be student athletes, but I kind of messed around with it a little too long, and I should have took it a little bit more seriously back then. But now that I have my two boys, you know, my main focus, and with my students, is to make sure that I can achieve the highest degree of education possible.
Yeah,
So
you've
right
been
now-
on fire.
Yeah, so right now I'm just working on my doctorate degree. And
Dr. Stott.
Yeah, Dr. Stott, maybe.
Dr.
That's crazy.
Stott.
You can think of that.
What? Coach Preston, did you hear that?
Dr. Stott. And then
Okay.
possibly a PhD after that. But
Wow.
the biggest thing is, you know, is getting back in the community. Once I achieve my personal goals, because I have to make them sacrifices.
Yes.
You know, if you want to make a goal, you got to make sacrifices. Right now, like, I'd love to be right next to you out there, you know, passing out them cleats to all them kids and stuff. But it's like, man, I got to make a sacrifice. I can't do this right
Absolutely.
now. But my brother, I got to go over here and I got to focus on my.
Oh, yeah, and we
mind,
appreciate
you know?
that. We know that, too.
But that's really what's going on in my life right now is I really want to knock out this doctorate degree, and then from there I'm probably going to get back into the motivational speaking circuit along with my
Absolutely.
welding.
All right. Well, I'll be calling you on that motivational speaking because
Oh,
we
we
got
made a
some
great
stuff on the
team.
calendar. Larry, let's talk about your transition, man. You're making a big move, right? What's coming up next for Mr.
Oh,
Parker?
he's leaving us.
Man, I'm actually moving to Kansas City actually this Saturday. My wife, she wants to be closer to her kids, and I personally need some change. Obviously, this is my hometown. I love my hometown, but it's just time for some change for Larry Parker.
Yeah.
I'm also, like Jeremy, I'm going to be doing some motivational speaking down the road. A lot of people, last year I posted it on my social media about I was going through some mental health issues, and the NFL played a big role in getting me to the best people in the country to help me out with some of that stuff because I was just kind of floating around. And I think for me, I want to be able to give back what was given to me through the NFL. I'm working with some people now, and hopefully in about a year I'll be doing some motivational speaking, reaching out to the current NFL players and letting them know that there's avenues you can turn to help you with any issues that you have. So I'm going to go down the road. I'll still be doing some training out there. One of my teammates, Will Shields, has a great performance training center out there, and I'm going to be doing some work with him as well.
Well, one thing that just came to mind for me is 67685. That's gonna be the name of our movie when we get ready to put it out.
Movie out there,
I've been doing a lot of Hollywood work and working in some special sectors, and we have a story that's made for the motion picture. I remember going out to Arizona for the first time, trying to make the team out there, being embraced by Pat. Tons of stuff that we need to be talking about that we can't fit into this segment. But, stay tuned for everything that we got going on. Jeremy Stott, Larry Parker, I love you guys, man.
Yes, sir.
You guys
Love
helped
you too,
change
man.
my life through the sport. And even after athletics, continuing to have this opportunity to have this bond with you guys is a beautiful thing, and I wouldn't change it for the world, man.
Love you too, man. Keep it up. Keep doing what you're doing.
It ain't me, it's we, guys.
Kenny Calvin.
Hey, we'll be right back after the break with Renegade recaps and a little bit of the future, but I can't even go to the commercial without saying I love y'all, man. Love you too, man. Love you too. We'll be right back after this break.
Renegade fans, mark your calendars for the 2018 BC football homecoming game Saturday, October 27, 6 p.m. against the East LA Huskies. The 1988 National Championship BC football team will be honored at halftime, and after the game, be sure to stick around for a special fireworks show over Memorial Stadium. You're not going to want to miss this one. Buy your tickets now by visiting Validtix.com or by calling 1-888-825-5484. Go Gays!
If you call Kern County home, then you can bank with Kern Schools Federal Credit Union. It's that simple. From savings and checking accounts to home and auto loans to the latest in online and mobile technology, Kern Schools is here to be your lifelong financial partner. And whether you like traditional banking or prefer to handle your finances online, we can meet all your needs. To open your Kern Schools account today, simply visit a branch or go online. With online account opening, you won't even have to come visit us. Just one more way Kern Schools is here to make your life easier so your dreams and goals become reality. Kern Schools. Together, we have something special. special.
It's hard to think about winter with the leaves and pumpkins laying about, but it won't be fall forever. So swing by the fall tire sale at Les Schwab through October 31st. The sale may be seasonal, but our service is here forever. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
For nearly 80 years, Current Schools Federal Credit Union has been helping generations of local people achieve local dreams. What started as a tiny office in the basement of Bakersfield High School, where receipts were kept in a shoebox, has grown to become the largest financial institution headquartered in Kern County. And local matters. Through the years, we've been witness to families and friends passing their Current Schools tradition down from one generation to the next. And we always have room for more. So be sure to start your Current Schools family tradition today. Current Schools. Together, we have something special.
W.A. Thompson Distributing proudly supports Bakersfield College athletics. W.A. Thompson has been delivering quality beverage products to Kern County businesses for over 60 years. With great beer comes great responsibility. Please enjoy our products responsibly and always remember, 21 means 21. W.A. Thompson Distributing salutes BC football. Thanks for following the Renegades on the radio, and go Gates!
It's Three-Way Chevrolet's first all-GM benefit car show. Saturday, October 6th, 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. on the lot at 4501 Weibel Road. All registration fees will benefit the Alliance Against Family Violence and Sexual Assault. Trophies awarded at 3 p.m. for Best Custom Paint, Best Build, and Best in Show. Music, prizes, and barbecue for sale to benefit the Centennial High School football program. Visit Three-Way Chevrolet or our Facebook page for more details and registration. Selection, savings, service, and family fun at Three-Way Chevrolet, your hometown dealership.
Renegade fans, mark your calendars for the 2018 BC football homecoming game Saturday, October 27, 6 p.m. against the East LA Huskies. The 1988 National Championship BC football team will be honored at halftime, and after the game, be sure to stick around for a special fireworks show over Memorial Stadium. You're not going to want to miss this one. Buy your tickets now by visiting Validtix.com or by calling 1-888-825-5484.